And we are back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 10, episode 7. And I just want to say thank you to every single person that watches and listens to the Cloud9 podcast, whether you're going to end up watching and listening to this episode on any of the podcasting platforms that we're available on. Whether you're, commuting back and forth from work, whether you're going to the gym, or you just need something to listen to as you do other tasks, then the Cloud9 podcast is here to serve you with that as we talk about the competitive landscape of League of Legends and all of the matches surrounding it and all the news surrounding the competitive League of Legends landscape. And I just want to make sure I give a quick update to everyone. I will be making a podcast schedule video. It's going to be coming out very soon. So that way, you guys who are obviously following the Cloud9 podcast can, obviously hear and see what we are going to end up doing when we're not on this show, obviously, because there is plenty of things that I do outside of this show. And that is something that, a lot of you guys might be interested in. But, without further ado, let's kick this show off. And what's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. We had teach a person how to play TCG day. It wasn't as big of a turnout as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I taught a few people how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I told him honestly, I wouldn't jump into Yu-Gi-Oh right now. It's
unless you're gonna play casually, I imagine, right?
Yeah, I think casually plus also learning the game, learning the basics of the game is easy. It's the intricate because Yu-Gi-Oh's not as hard once you start thinking about Magic. We have chain links, they have stacking, but a stacking calls for me at least something because you go 2 monsters same level, but then there's other monsters like Typhon or Zeus that have a special condition that if it's met, you can at least summon to them. But because it's it's a lot. The main thing I would say is just learn casually. Don't pick up the new structure deck, the Fire King one, because unless you're willing to put at least 40 hours a week into it, that's not one of those you pick up and I can take
What's up, Michael? How you doing, man? Herman, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up to have a one-on-one with you very soon. I did not forget. I know Herman's been hitting me up, asking me, hey, I want to sleep with your ex. I know she's a hot taco spicy Latina. I'm like, you know what?
Herman said that too. He out here trying
to get inside my taco. All you guys trying to get inside
my
Herman,
taco. Herman. You and I got tag team match, man. Maybe we got tag team Mexican.
What is she, a basketball?
Hell yeah. 2-on-1.
What do you got? 2-on-1 and got 3 black guys on one dude? Oh my god.
Oh, that's your fantasy.
That's me, you, and James.
I'm trying to turn
you tag team James.
I'm trying to turn Lynn into a peanut butter sandwich. The 2 pieces of bread and she gonna be stuck in the middle.
Oh my god!
Getting squished.
Ooh. All right. So what do you want to go over first?
You go over just talk about how Genji.
Before we do that, we're gonna go over those Riot layoffs first because I know we talked about it last Thursday. So if everyone doesn't know, Riot laid off a lot of people, a lot of people. This is something that we've seen happen with a lot of companies, Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount. I mean, we've had the most gaming layoffs since I think the 80s or the 90s. Remember all the layoffs that Blizzard and Microsoft just did recently. So there is massive layoffs across the board because people got to realize there was a certain point in time where before COVID, a lot of these businesses were surging in money. A lot of people were just spending racks on these fucking companies, and give or take the recent circumstances and situations that have happened since COVID. A lot of these people are coming out and being very disrespectful, talking to the fans a certain way. We're seeing the business models not really matching up to what they thought was going to happen, and they're losing a lot of money. A lot of sponsors are pulling out of a lot of these companies. A lot of these companies have to merge in order to consolidate all the prices associated with everything.
Now, not just prices. A lot of times they do that to lower debt. What they do is they can have
Oh yeah,
because man, give them money that they can pay off their debts, and then they can sell their debts. Sell their loose assets and all that. And the thing is too, that's what happens. A lot of times you make a lot of money, you think you got extra money, but that's temporary. Like,
that's what we talked about a while ago. Remember, like all these businesses like Riot, people don't understand. It's not that Riot itself does make a lot of money, but when you have multiple different divisions in a company, each one has to make money. Each one has to make sense.
Each one has to be profitable. It has to be profitable because making money is one thing. Like the thing about making money,
because making money is almost essentially like just breaking even to a certain extent. Yeah, you can make money.
Black Panther 2 made $800 million.
Yeah,
to a lot of people,
you're right.
About 780, 800 million.
Yeah,
to a lot of companies, that's profitable.
On the surface level, that looked pretty good and pretty impressive when you factor in.
But you gotta look at the expenses. Once you look at the expenses, you're like, oh yeah, no, they broke.
Once I looked at how much marketing some of these big blockbuster tentpoles were really spending on this stuff, that's why I kept telling people, I'm not trying to like rag on the movie for not making enough money, but it has to make enough money. It literally does. But a movie with around $200 million budget, with $100 million marketing budget attached to it, that shit's got to just hit about $950 to $1 billion.
You got to look at a marketing budget. You got to look at how much the initial budget is, plus marketing. Then you got to minus all of the tax breaks they got off. The tax breaks is going to come out the advertising, more or less.
Right,
out. That's where you gotta take whatever the expenses, see how tax breaks with the percentages in that area, because you gotta look at where the movie film made at. And now that's the real number. The reason why I like because even with Black Adam's taxes, it severely underperformed. Because even with that, Black Adam needed to make $600 million, and it barely made $400. It needed to make $600 just to be breaking even.
Yeah, people don't understand with the whole breaking even thing. That means it's basically just getting. It's not even out of the red. It's just it's just flat. It's just nothing. And actually, for being honest here, you more or less lose money because you didn't make up anything in marketing. That's when people say like budget plus marketing, you barely even scratch getting your budget back. Marketing, well, you ain't getting that back. Let's just say
marketing sometimes it's. That's because you got.
And to tie it back to what you were talking about, how you mentioned that all these businesses have to make profit. Well, people understand. If you're talking about Riot, Riot just had League of Legends. Then they had that big 10th anniversary video where they're talking about getting a card game going, another MMO. We saw the trailer for it. They're having the fighting game come out. They had Valorant. We saw the shooting game, which ended up being Valorant. And we had Valorant, the card game, Legends of Runeterra, Teamfight Tactics. What was the other one? Fighting game, Runeterra, Teamfight Tactics, and Valorant. Yeah, it's about 4 games came out, right? So that MMO where we saw that trailer, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like a bunch of blitzcranks. Apparently, that's canned.
Was that supposed to be Wild Rift?
I don't know what that's supposed to be, honestly.
Wild
Rift is 5. Yeah. Wild Rift was 5. The 6th
one
is
Wild Rift?
It's the mobile game. It's Mobile League.
Oh yeah, no, that's cheeks. I forgot that was it. Okay. Yeah. That's bad.
So they canned that other MMO.
And the game sucks, but that game drains your energy so fast on your phone. It's not worth playing. Don't play on
you would legit need to have the newest phone out of any Android, Samsung, or Apple to play that shit.
And it gotta be plugged in. Like when I play Pokemon on my phone, shit, I could be at 60% in an hour. That's like I'll lose 40% of my phone within the first hour. That's why I only play Pokemon towards the end.
Right.
But you got Wild Rift. See, that's it.
They also revealed Riot was going to have their own streaming service, and apparently that's canned.
So why would they do that?
So that way they don't have to give Twitch a percentage of their profits.
Oh, okay.
Or YouTube.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they will still probably have it through YouTube, but this would be the way where, like, if you spend money on Riot, it goes directly to them. But this is the problem here. Having a streaming service or having would you call Twitch a streaming service, right? Or it's essentially it's
a streaming site.
But people don't understand. This is what people just never really thought when streaming became a thing. It cost a lot of money, people. Like, I don't know how, like, just the amount of money Netflix spends just putting itself in every territory. Just imagine how much money that is. More money than I'll ever be able to come through in my life, I'll say. So you factor in how much not just running a streaming service, the manpower that takes to run a streaming service. You need like devs and all that stuff, just so much stuff. And people were like, why'd they lay off people from the LEC and stuff like that? Well, a lot of people got laid off across the board. Like just legitimately across the board, a lot of people got laid off. And well, it could be a lot of things, but a lot of these, I'm not saying Riot's not profitable because Riot makes a lot of money, but a lot of the divisions in Riot don't make a lot of money. Like League of Legends makes money. Like the in-game client makes a lot of money. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean that arguably by that sense, Valorant makes a lot of money because the League of Legends client makes a lot of money. You guys know what a conversion rate is? The biggest thing when it comes to seeing is conversion rates, and to convert the League of Legends player to being a Valorant player, and then converting that Valorant player to being a Teamfight Tactics player. How big do you guys think that conversion rate is? It's not very big. That's why when people play Teamfight Tactics, there's not a lot of conversion over to playing League of Legends. People who play Teamfight Tactics are playing Teamfight Tactics. People who play Valorant play just Valorant. People who play League just play League. Now they have those three, and those three do make them a lot of money. But
Teamfight Tactics is 50-50. There are a lot of people that play both, but it's not as much as you think it is. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad part about it, because they're not the same game. They're the same characters in a sense. Yeah. But it's not the same game. It's like when people were telling me that they play Master Duel, but when they try to get into TCG, they realize, oh, Max C's banned? Why is Max C banned? I like playing with Max C. I'm like, oh god, okay, you're definitely you're definitely Master Duel player. People like playing and I remember I talked to the kid today. He told me about he likes it, but it was like he said the game just didn't feel the same. I was like, because it's not the same game. It's the same game in the sense of the name, but it's not the same game. You're right.
Because that's what Riot was trying to do. Riot was essentially trying to have their own version of Counter-Strike, their own version of, what would you call a tabletop RPG essentially?
Tabletop RPG.
Right, what it is. So Valorant is just mixed. It's basically CS:GO fused with Overwatch essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, and I got to give it to them. League and Valorant are successful for them, and then you have just Teamfight Tactics. Now I don't know how successful their fighting game is going to be. That's the one that I'm really hyped for. And apparently they stopped. They're going to just end up canceling their card game. The whole league. Apparently Runeterra is just going to end up just being done. I don't think anybody was really playing that.
It's not good. It's that plus.
I played it. I played it for like a week, and I was like, "This is just kind of trash."
Honestly. Yeah, there's Marvel Snap is better, Master Duel's better, Pokemon's better, Magic's better, One Piece is better.
It was supposed to be their Hearthstone. They wanted it to be like Hearthstone.
Hearthstone's even better.
Hearthstone's actually just better. You just play that.
Card games I just named that are better than Legends of Runeterra. Is
because if I'm correct, I heard that they were just canceling Legends of Runeterra. It's going to be done.
It's canceled, or it's no longer going to be getting updates or something like that. They're just going to let it die out. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
Okay. Do people still play Legends of Runeterra? Is Legends of Runeterra better than Magic the Gathering? Legends of Runeterra. Let me see if it's going to be ending. That was the rumor that I heard. The Legends of Runeterra was going to be a. Oh no! Apparently, let's see. Riot will regret ending Legends of Runeterra.
I don't think they will.
Aside from feeling overall salty from this game's untimely demise, I think Riot will regret ending this game. I, for one, was very invested in Legends of Runeterra and even gotten into Wild Rift. Now that even Wild Rift is being mentioned as not being very profitable, much like Legends of Runeterra before, I feel this game will be axed as well. As with Netflix TV series, I, for one, do not feel safe committing of any of Riot's products. When you end projects like this, you lose something far more precious. You lose trust. I can't disagree with this, and this is on Reddit. So, I can't disagree with this take. I do agree with this. Yeah. But that's just the nature of how things have always been, though. You get invested for a little bit, but, on the back end of it, because this is what consumers don't understand, on the back end of it, when this stuff doesn't make a lot of money, it just got to get cut, Yep. It's just, I'm sorry. I hate that, too. I hate that I put trust in random shows and they only get one season and they end off with just a back cliffhanger, but that's just, guys, that's just life, man. There's not much we can really do about it. You just kind of, that's why when TV shows hit 15, 20 seasons, that gets celebrated because that's really rare, actually,
Not now. It used to be. It used to be back in the day when Frasier got 10 seasons, it was still good. Mm-hmm. But now you got shows that it's Greater Than.
Okay, so update it. It's not exactly going to go away. It's just, it's kind of on the chopping block.
It's probably done because if if it's not making money, it's gonna be gone.
And this was Riot Games, people. Riot Games are like, you don't make me millions and millions, you're out. That's literally it. You need to make them billions.
I think Riot should just stick to League and what's the other game? Valorant, because TFT is part of, in my opinion, it's attached to League of Legends. TFT.
Oh, okay. I found the article. I found it. Oh, good lord. Because like this guy down here, he said he played like every single CCG, and remember it's debatable. This is people on Reddit. They could easily just lie. This guy says I played Duel Links, Master Duel,
Reddit lies.
Reddit lies. You don't say.
I know nobody lies.
Random people just lying on the internet for clout. You never know. Maybe it'd be that faggot Swag-Hage. Oh Lord! Whoa! Chaz, let me say it. YouTube ban him first.
I ain't saying nothing.
This guy said, "I played Duel Links, Master Duel, and Magic the Gathering in the arena for years, collectively. And Legends of Runeterra has been my favorite. Yeah, the game that's ending is your favorite. Oh my god, always the most balanced and without a doubt the least greedy. I have no intentions of going back to any of those other games for similar reasons. Well, everyone knows Konami's greedy. But I will say farming gems in Master Duel to get ultra rares is way easier than in Duel Links. I play Duel Links. It's a grind to get stuff in that game. Like really, really hard, honestly. So I'll be really sad if this game goes down. Duel Links was by far my favorite card game until it got more card packs.
That's me. He liked it when it was simpler. When he didn't like the updates. That's what I'm hearing.
The first year was sick as fuck. Everyone had rat decks with weird ass synergies. People ran normal monsters like it was great. This is why I'm going on Reddit. They kept just adding archetypes. Totally ruined it for me. You mean they kept updating the game? That's get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I used to love it too, but honestly, it was the skills that eventually made me dislike it. They made decks so dependent on broken skills instead of keeping skills generic. Then they pull the rug out from under you and nerf the skill and kill the deck whenever they felt like it.
You mean
power creep? Good lord!
You mean Baneless like what Yu-Gi-Oh is? The fuck?
These are some mega casuals here. These are the same people that be like, "Man, I used to miss it when Yu-Gi-Oh when it was normal summon, set one pass." I'm like,
you know, some decks still do that now. Like,
yeah, good
like Labyrinth, you can go set one pass and then play on your opponent's turn. Like,
little do these people really know, man. Little do they know, actually.
That's how you know that they don't really play.
They don't pay attention, right?
Yeah, that too.
All right. So this was the article for anyone that's been following Legends of Runeterra. Okay, sorry, that guy's outside. Just revving his huge ass engine, big old cock. All right.
Hey, yo.
It says, "Hey everyone, I'm Dave Guskin, executive producer and game director for Legends of Runeterra. I wanted to catch up with you about what's going on with Legends of Runeterra, and after the news today, take a moment to talk about what that means for the future of the game. Let's jump into why we're here today. The truth is, despite Legends of Runeterra being an incredible game developed in tandem with the community, Legends of Runeterra has struggled over the years to find its footing as a business. It ain't profitable. They ain't making no money off this. That's it. It's been out for like what? 2021, I think?
Yeah, I think around there.
Yeah. While we at Riot are extremely passionate about Legends of Runeterra and our community, we also need to ensure Legends of Runeterra is sustainable as a business so that we are able to continue investing in game experiences and player access across our ecosystem. However, we haven't been able to get to the point of sustainability with our approach thus far." There you go. There it is. In alignment with the larger Riot-wide business changes going on, we need to make some very hard decisions about the future of Legends of Runeterra. Starting today and continuing over the next few months, we will begin the process of reducing the size and scope of Legends of Runeterra to a team that is focused on sustainability, making the game you love. What does that mean, man? What does that mean in business sense? Either if this don't start making us some millions, this shit is done.
Yeah, if it doesn't see the money that we expected it to see, we have to shut this game down. And it's And that's the thing too. The people that get screwed the most are the people that worked on it and the fans who love playing it. It's like people who love the old Dragon Ball Super who it wasn't profitable. It's like you love the game, but unfortunately people around you don't love it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that people got to understand, just because you like love something and spend a lot of money on it doesn't mean there's that amount of people doing that exact same thing. You know? Unfortunately, this does mean that the Legends of Runeterra team has been impacted by Riot's organizational changes. This is obviously not an outcome that anyone wanted, but we truly believe that this is more focused team will propel Legends of Runeterra towards the point of sustainability for our community. That means people that are playing this aren't spending more money past what is needed, or they haven't been able to kind of push it out to be like something like Hearthstone, something like Yu-Gi-Oh, something like Pokemon. Is because I don't know, man. Why do you think this hasn't hit for people? It's not that people said it's not. It's cost effective. Like, it doesn't break your wallet. You know,
it's probably a game people just don't like playing. It's just because the whole thing. The thing you gotta ask about it. Why does it not get play? And that's the real question you have to ask. Like,
I think it might be a little bit too. I don't know. When I tried playing it, I just didn't care for some reason. Like, I found it just really confusing for like no real reason, honestly.
That might be it too. It's like people just don't have the love for it like some other games do.
I legit downloaded it on my computer, and maybe I'll try to play it again. Maybe it got a little bit more easier, but I just felt like it was really confusing. Like, how the fuck do you win in this? You know? There are still lots of things to be excited about with the future of Legends of Runeterra, but over the next few weeks, we will be focused on people and the impact to them from these changes. I've talked about this before and how we've had to be more laser focused on what we work on. We've invested a lot of time and resources into Legends of Runeterra to give the team as much runway as possible in an attempt to make the business work. And the truth is, we haven't been able to do that. Every shift over the last couple of years has been done with the goal of achieving sustainability. But that has required other games here at Riot to subsidize Legends of Runeterra's exploration to find a business model that works. We know these constant shifts have meant a lot of whiplash for you all around our direction, and that this new direct reduction in our scope may feel like a blow. However, the current path is necessary to provide Legends of Runeterra a way forward and to enable us to keep the game around to play for years to come. So people got to figure out, why don't they spend money on this game? Like, the, you know, as much as people rag on Konami and like the people that run Pokemon and like MTG, the players spend hard cash on it. That's like, I don't want to call it price gouging, but like, in order to survive and keep being sustainable, you have to kind of do that, you know? Yep. Like, and people say, isn't that capitalism? Well, do you want your game to survive or not? I'm just saying, you know, it's either you do this or this dies. That's life. You know, sometimes you get two choices. You could lick Lennon's taco, or you could have sex with James. You only get two choices, you know?
I choose taco.
I need a sugar daddy. I'm just kidding. Oh, God.
Where the fuck did that come from?
All right. So this is going to be some gay bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. What else is here? If you're looking for more details, we'll go into a first look at what comes next for Legends of Runeterra on February 2nd in a chat with me, Mark Merrill. Oh, hell no, I ain't gonna, chat with Mark Merrill. You out of your fucking mind? I'd rather fucking get fucked by Satan. What the hell?
God damn.
Nah, I'm good. Good. What was their fighting game gonna be? Do you remember the fighting game name? I forgot the name.
I thought it was Wild Rift. That's why.
Riot Games fighting game release date. It's called. Oh no, I forgot. I remember. It's called Project L.
Fresh hot L's. Fresh hot L.
Imagine putting out a fighting game in 2024. Imagine. Oh,
Project God. L. Oh, yeah, it's L, right? It's a project. It's going to be an L.
Legends of Runeterra, Teamfight Tactics, Valorant, League of Legends, and their fighting game is going to be called Project L. I just want to know who did that name.
I think I don't know if that's the official name, but yeah, as of now it says that's the official name.
Yeah. God,
Project
Riot.
L. Oh my god, they're walking right into it.
That's worse than Giant Sex. Remember how Giant X is going to be called Giant Sex?
Yeah.
Just imagine a competitive League of Legends org in Europe being called Giant Sex. That's why it was going to be Giant Sex, but they made sure to call it Giant X. Get it?
And what country is Giant X from?
They merged. It was the UK. So it was the UK, like it was London merged with like Giants Gaming, and Giants Gaming's like Spanish or from Spain or some shit. Okay. We estimate that the Project L release date could land before the summer of 2025. Oh my, it's still a while away. Oh my god.
Project L. You can't make this shit up. Project L. I'm just sitting on that. Project L.
Oh, I can't. Oh god. Oh Lord, please. Riot, please. Oh my goodness. Oh god. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay, so I want you to. So I know you know what some of these jobs are because you did a lot of them. Okay, so this was a post that Monty made, and we're gonna go over some of the jobs that was happening. All right, so here we go. So here is, I don't know why they dropped the names, but whatever. Here's a list of the jobs that they got rid of in the LEC. Here's a list of known layoffs from the LEC, courtesy of the doc provided by BTW. Woo blue ooh woo. Okay.
Woo. Okay. Oh god.
Ooh, oh god. You can tell the bio in this is sus.
Losing the word.
Losing the executive producer, head of production, multiple engineers responsible for the back end, and 2/3 of the observer team is going to be rough. At least 27 people are gone on LEC gone. All right, so we had player management, esport product manager, game changers, EMA, esport product manager. Wait, what? So they had 2 product managers and one
game changers, EMA. That's it might have been another division.
Oh no, that was for ERLs, because ERLs all called EMA now. Social media lead, socials.
So socials and social media lead are those are creative positions. Social media leads, they're like the head person, but not the head. They're like.
But why would you need a social media lead and a socials guy?
Socials just means that they probably just were someone that was doing this, like actually posting the stuff on the social medias. Okay. Social media lead might be all right. Put this on there. Put this first. Yeah. Have this first. All that.
And at that point, okay, with that one, you could just have like one person do that. Honestly. Yeah. Content producer. The LEC content is actually pretty good. I don't know about that one. Marketing communications manager, EMA esports. Competitive operations specialist, EMA Valorant. Marketing and brand lead esports, EMA. So they're cutting their ERL shit. They're like, nah, there's just no money to be had in this, honestly.
Yep. PR for Riot, EMA, social data engineer. Okay. Social data scientists. That's they're the ones that go out there, look for, like, do all the information, put it together, and all that other stuff. Executive producer, LEC. Ooh, okay.
You might need those. You might need that. That might be a job you need.
Unless they have multiple ones, and then they they usually get rid of the most expensive one or the most expendable one. Live game observer, live.
Wait, that's just a viewer. Live game observer is just a view. What the fuck?
Yeah,
they were paying someone for like years just live.
Yeah, live. Like pretty much what you do, you get paid to review it, and
okay.
And then you go to the social media person. Sometimes they'll do like the clips and all that. Sometimes you work with that head of production, network engineer, broadcast engineer, systems engineer, broadcast engineer, executive producer events. Okay, as long as they have more, this person is the one that probably established all the events throughout LEC.
Video lead,
talent acquisition specialist, talent acquisition coordinator. Okay, I gotta know what.
This broadcast about to be looking like some jank because yesterday when I was off and I was watching it, the broadcast literally stopped midway and just restarted up.
The observer team is going to be rough. Okay. 49ers won. They're up by 9 with 3 minutes to go.
Going to the Super Bowl.
I said it. It's going to be a rematch. I said it. Whoever wins, because Kansas City and Baltimore have been to the Super Bowl recently. Detroit never been there. I was slight. Part of me, my heart was rooting for Detroit, but my brain said San Fran. No, I think San Fran's just better. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, the LEC about to be looking like some jank. I mean, I literally was watching yesterday.
Some of these like 5 of these positions were easy cuttable. Like player management, you don't need that many people. Social media league,
like player management, like the teams have their own player management people.
Yeah,
why don't you even need that? Social media lead, you could just have one person do that.
No, you would need 2. And the thing is, you would need 2 for the main fact that you have someone that breaks down the information. The live game reserve is pretty much just someone like you probably a better person doing it. You would be able to break down the information and all that. But I really need to know what the live game observer actually does.
Yeah. Broadcast engineer, like anything
involved. 2 of them that get fired. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are probably positions that are now coming back. Studio
That's crazy.
manager.
That's crazy. They got rid of their executive producer. So then
my thing is this studio manager for LEC or EMA? If they're EMEA, yeah, the EMAs are probably gonna be gone soon.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like, but it says LEC, but EMEA is part of the LEC, right? They're like
it's just ERL. It's just like Turkey, fucking Spain, French, all those places. Actually,
there's a good chance that the ERLs might be gone soon.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the LEC teams already voted to not have backup teams. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that's mean. Those backup teams are like whatever's left. Those backup, it's one of those things where it's kind of like people ask, like people say, "Oh, should I go to Hollywood?" Or like, and I remember Amelia Clark said, "If you have any other job you could do, I would recommend doing that first." It's the same thing with league. If you have any other job you could do before going into league, I would do it.
Please do that. Yes, yeah.
Just save yourself.
Remember when we used to talk to Stormy, we would ask her, like, if you have all these people in the esports industry that want to work with you, why don't you do a job in the esports? And she never said it, but I already knew kind of the answer. It's just not a safe job to ever have.
Yeah, it's not stable.
Yeah, it's an unstable job market being in this kind of thing. You just literally you could be in this industry for like 5 years, house, mortgage, kids. Hey, yeah, you're cut. That's it. Done. That's just fucking hell, man. Like I don't get it. Ugh, Lord. All right, so let's go over. All right. You watch the LCK games, right? And some of the LCK games?
Yep. LCK games. I'm watching LCK games right now.
So we had the 2024 spring round 1 Telecom War banger. But it was really only a banger in the first game. God. So, all right. What did you think about the series overall? And we called it. KT always win game 1. It's just something to do. They just win game 1.
Always win the first game in the start where you think KT's finally going to get over, and then T1 say, "Hey guys, do you want to take it's the do you guys actually want to take it seriously now?" And then it's like when KT gets that momentum last year. We could beat them. They're broken.
Yeah, we can do it.
Good, and then they come clap you in 5. They like T1's
back-to-back series too. Remember, like they faced them after,
twice.
Yeah, after KT lost to T1, T1 lost to Gen G, and then T1 you had a Telecom War 3rd place match to get to the finals, which was more exciting to watch than the finals actually. Which is
because at that point T1 was just like whatever. I love you get to world. Because you gotta realize, because T1, what's the worst thing about Gen G? They win the LCK and then they can't they can't do anything in Worlds. Think about it. What if JG would have got to finals instead of DRX? JG might have won.
Very possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like
that's what I'm thinking about too. You know, people are factoring if T1 beat DRX last year in 2022 in the finals, figure that 5 world championships.
Yeah.
If he actually beat Samsung back in the day, 2017, he would have 6 world championships. That's fucking crazy to think about.
It's like the same thing with Tom Brady. If the defense didn't fall apart for 2 of those Super Bowls, Tom Brady would be 9-1. And if the offense for 2 of those teams against Tom Brady wouldn't have been choking on COCK, you know what I mean? Tom Brady would be 5-5 in the Super Bowl. Think about it. Think about it. You know the fuck to think about it? 2 of the Super Bowls that Tom Brady could have lost came down to the team not wanting to run the ball. Think about this. If the Falcons and the Seahawks would have just ran the ball, Tom Brady would be 5-5 in the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance Tom Brady might be only 2-8. Because think about it, those early Super Bowls came down to field goal kicks.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the
man, what was also super crazy about this series is Beryl on Alistar. I was like, man, this guy, I was like, that looks like the 2-time world champion. Yeah. Beryl was doing his nice headbutt pulverized combos and Alistar. He just played an immaculate game. He just played amazing. And then his brain fell off the other 2 games. Because it's the problem with Beryl, people. If you shit on this guy in laning phase, he can't do anything. He's literally useless. He's actually just worthless, you know? Yeah. Zeus, still to me, is the MVP so far out of these first 2.
Yeah, Hassan just got the pentakill, baby. Oh,
Zeus beat the living shit out of Perfect. Perfect was
not perfect.
He's looking like hot shit.
He looked like a walking L. Just
like Zeus for me so far, like I mentioned in the other episodes, has been my MVP so far. Just the way he's been playing games has been absolutely amazing. This guy's been not just carrying games, he's been laning perfectly fine, getting to team fights, providing so much damage, zoning, everything. This guy is just, my God. I woke up, I saw the first game live, and I was like, oh my, like, he was burning him down with Rumble, and Perfect thought he was safe on Cassante, and he was like, Rumble equalizer. For the life of me, I can't understand why people still give this guy Rumble. If you give him Rumble or Yone, you are just asking to lose. Literally just go next. Yep. Just go next. Because remember, later on in the series, guess what happened, people? Even though Beryl was landing all those combos with Alistar, that game was still relatively pretty close. The next game, they gave him Yone. Why? They're like, I know our top laner just got absolutely shitted on playing this guy on Rumble. You know what? You can have your next big champion, a Yone. Hot, fresh L's. Just hot, fresh L's, man.
Hot and fresh like the others.
God. And then remember, Piosik was just getting out. Owner just put his fist all in Piosik's ass in one of those games, dude. What else happened? Oh, remember in game 2, Deft and Beryl took Zion Rakan and Gumayusi and Carrier just took Jinx and Tom Kench. Yeah. I told people, why don't they play Jinx anymore? Jinx is fine. Just play Jinx. It's a perfectly usable pick, you know? If you pair her with Tom Kench, I think you probably need to pair up with Tom Kench at this point. I mean, what counters Rakan? Tom Kench does. He not only does what Rakan does, he can also lick you and stun you and run you down.
Yeah, lick you, right? Holy smokes.
Yeah, and he's also tankier, too.
A big old boy licking you. That sounds like me. Yeah. So, and he got a chef skin, too.
Right, what they were doing.
Yeah, they did. A catfish that be cooking.
So, game 2... T1 just run them down. And in game 3, they ran them down too. I mean, that Aatrox damage was disgusting. The Faker, he had that 5-man Nico ult. Yep. That's the problem that I have with T1 is just only this. They don't really follow up when he's doing stuff like that. There's just no way. There's no way you get a 5-man Nico ult and then your team, they're sitting there going like, you follow up.
Yeah, but I'm about to tell you this. I've seen this before with teams when they get a 5-man, a Mumu or Nico ult. They don't know how. Some teams don't know how to. Some teams do. It's like it was like damn. It's like it felt like Faker did it a little too early because some of them were like
because it turned around on them like really fast.
Yeah, it was like It was like, yeah,
that's been like the only issue T1's had. It's like Faker's actually been playing like pretty well.
No, he's been playing well. It's just like sometimes the teams like timing is just like, okay, you're doing that now. Okay, let's turn around and try to.
Like, cause he's had some like immaculate gameplay. Like, if I'm being honest with you, he's actually had a really good split so far. It's just if they could just go on Faker when he's doing something, they'll be back to their original selves. Because the next series we're going to talk about after the Telecom war was T1. Yeah, that Hanwha Life series. Throw Zeka in the fucking garbage. He got gapped by Faker so hard. Never give that man Corky. Ever. Never give him Corky. If he gets Corky, L. Just free L's.
I just watched that series. Oh my god. Everybody said Hanwha Life was the best team. I was like, you sure about that? I know,
I know they took the Gen G players, but that doesn't make them Gen G, you know? Yeah. Also, to make them as strong as Gen G, they'd need a player in the mid lane as strong as Chovy. And Zeka is Zeka no Chovy. He's also not even Chovy. Zeka's also not Faker. Zeka's also not even Showmaker. Zeka's not even BDD. Zeka is just Zeka.
Yeah, he just Zeka was like, he's not even Showmaker. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Showmaker, he's ramping it up a little bit. He's getting there.
And then at one point last year, Showmaker wanted to quit. That's the crazy part about it. It's like,
even Showmaker wanting to quit make them look better than Hanwha Life. That's sad. That's sad, man. That game one, oh my god, man. First of all, how someone can play Corky this bad is disgusting. But I'll give it to them. Delight. Okay, so even though they lost the series 2-1, that first game was exciting, I would say.
Hanwha Life lost the series 2-1 and what?
2-0 they lost it.
Yeah, I'm about to say 2-0.
The first game. The first game was exciting, but it never really felt like T1 were losing the game, you know? It just felt like it was just rather close. But, you know, Faker had he was on Nico. And what was the other game? I think the next time he played Orianna, the shockwaves he were doing was amazing. Was just great, actually. I don't think Doran had a bad series at all. I don't think any of the Gen G players had a bad series. It was just Peanut had a lot of mistakes when it comes to like invading their jungle and just dying. Zeka was non-existent. I don't think he had coffee because his eyes were so small that series. This man went 0-7, I think, in this game. 0-7. I don't know where Zeka is, but they might need to find that guy, you know? Viper played very well on Xayah, and overall, this was a very entertaining series, but I fail to realize and understand, why does he keep getting Yone? What does he have to do? Does he have to beat people like 15 games in a row and be like, yeah, we don't lose 15 times in a row to this team? Like, why does he keep getting Yone? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But what did you think about this series, actually, man?
T1 just no matter what, just keep stopping Hanwha Life. It don't matter if you take third players off third teams. It's just okay. They still would beat you. Like it's like okay.
Oh my god. Hanwha Life trash. What was the KT?
Hanwha just like they for the game they played, they were good, but T1's on a whole nother level. Like, yeah. I think it's hard to because they haven't faced Gen G yet, have they? That's probably going to come up this Saturday. Yeah, I think it's this weekend.
Yeah, so that's going to be a test for them. If they drop both series to T1 and Gen G, which they most likely will, that puts them firmly at third, competing with DK and KT. And at that point, like, are they stronger than KT? Because that series that DK had against KT was rather pretty close, you know. So there's this like Trinity divide between KT, DK, and Hanwha. Because I think Gen G and T1, despite the major changes Gen G had and the changes that what was his name? The changes between Gen G and T1 are still going to be pretty insane. Now, this was a rather odd game too. This game too, you had Zeus taking on, Poppy, Poppy, Jesus Christ, Gwen. And it did not look good for Perfect. Perfect was getting absolutely, completely zoned away and destroyed by Zeus on Cassante. It was so bad. He dropped out. Give me a second, guys. Just give me a sec. If he doesn't come back, then we have to do this on Thursday because I can't do this alone. Let me see. What the heck? What the heck is going on?
I'm back.
Yo,
by internet. No, not by internet. By the Firefox is so trash. It just went snap. But yeah, like I was saying, no, KT would be fourth because I think fourth and fifth because of that loss to Kwangdong. That puts them down too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Kwangdong might be sixth.
Going back to what we were saying before you left, this game, oh my god, Perfect. He was like, you know what? I got destroyed on Cassante. So I'll take Gwen to Cassante. No better. He got beaten. Guys, he got destroyed. He got beaten to the ground. It's like when Debo punched that one dude. He tried to ask him for his bike back.
Yeah, that's my bike. That's my bike. That's my bike punk. And he's like, his dad came out and said, you want some too, old man? No. Why would I tell you to come around messing with these hoodlums?
Why are you come on messing with these people, man?
Yeah, he's like, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. You can't be messing around with niggas like that.
God damn. Like, to see Perfect get destroyed like this is just like, bro. And game 3, it wasn't even better because game 3, it wasn't even better because, okay, so this is what people have to understand. If in League, if they know your opposition can't play the counter matchup, then they know you're screwed. Because they know you can only play like one or two things very well. So Zeus knows that he could give away Cassante and beat you, or he'll take it from you and beat you with it. Doesn't matter which side of the matchup you're on. You know, even though Piosik got first blood right here, didn't matter. Like throughout the series, Gumayusi was massively up on depth in CS. You know, like he was like at least, I think, 20, 30, 40 CS up above him constantly in some of those games. That's ridiculous, actually. You know, I guess KT just lost all their momentum after their first win, which at some point you got to beg, like, okay, how about you try and win game 2 and then take that momentum into game 3?
I mean, technically, if they win game 1 and they win game 2 and the series is over, it's like, how about you?
That is true. It seems like they're just a curse to winning game 1. They just lose all the steam. Actually, they're like, we won game 1. Yeah, you know, there's another game there too, right? This is not over. You know,
you got to win 2. It's not a best of 1. It's like if
it's not the LCS. If this was the LCS, then they'd have like what, a 6-game winning series over them or some shit.
KT be 18-0. If you put KT in the LCS, who's beating them? Cloud9.
Cloud9 definitely Immortals.
Oh god, I'm mad.
Shopify Rebellion, man.
Oh, that trash ass team.
Well, we had another match of the week too. Like this week was full of bangers. We had T1, KT, Telecom War, somewhat banger. T1 putting their fists all up in Homo Life Esports butthole as usual. Yep. You know, whole fist up their ass. It's like when I used to watch Adriana Chedick and she would do these like upside down positions and the guy's just driving his fist all in her butt. Whoo! Man, those were good nights.
Those be.
That hoe was that's a thought. That's a thought. All right, so we had another banger series. So you had another banger series. We had Genji versus DK. Now, me and Chaz, we watched this live. The first game, Kingen took Olaf. And people were like, why the fuck would you take Olaf? Olaf runs down Ashe and Varus and Akali.
Yeah.
He can't do they legit can't do nothing to him. Now, this is the thing that we just talked about with KT. Like, why do some of these teams get a good pick in game 1? They win game 1, and then in game 2, you could tell in game 2 when we get a chance to it, they just threw that game. Like DK, for the lack of better saying or word, I would say, threw the series. You know, they threw the series, even though they got first blood onto him, didn't matter because the value that Olaf is going to bring much later on in the game, as everyone saw, is going to be 10 times more valuable than what Ashe will bring or Varus will bring. You know, they even gave Chovy Cassante mid so they could flex Akali. I probably would have just given Cassante to Keen. I would have just given Chovy Akali, but that's just me. Also, Justin, how you doing, man? I won my Pokemon League Cup, and the prizes was insane good. Awesome, man. Awesome. So, we also had game 2. Now, game 2 was pretty much all DK. I legit don't know how they even ended up losing this game. At some point, they got Genji got a few picks, and then later on, DK are like, you know what? We're gonna go walk in their base. That's it. We're gonna go walk in their base when Kingan's already isolated. Like Kingan on Aatrox is like okay, you know. So look at what Genji do. Genji just go, okay, we'll just use Malphite ult, then we'll have Udyr run down, burn the defenses out from the bot lane. And then Pays is on Aphelios, and Aphelios is a free win. No, literally, if Aphelios is at 45 minutes in the game, Aphelios is a free win for anybody. If your team cannot win with Aphelios at 45 minutes, your team is trash. You should burn your fucking computers down. So at that point, they lost the fight in the base, and this was just a bad idea. This was a terrible idea. Lucid was being flaccid, just all types of bad, actually. Then you have game 3. Won't matter. Genji had their confidence. Genji got their coffee. They woke up. They're like, wait a minute. Oh, God, this is 3 games? Time to wrap this up. Clean up. Yep. Clean up time. Clean up on aisle 10. So then DK are like, you know what? I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out the draft they had in game 3. Okay. DK's draft in game 3 was not bad, I would say. But Genji obviously just, run down DK. Remember, this was also Canyon's first time against Showmaker on the opposite side. This is their first game opposed from each other. So, you know how it was one of the series, it was like Bro, they chose to ban Chovy out 3 games and like 3 champions.
Yeah.
DK's like, you can have Tristana. You're gonna get Chovy Tristana mid? What's wrong with you? They just gave Chovy Tristana mid. And then they gave Rumble over for Aatrox, and then they gave Sejuani over for Maokai. Then they're like, you know what? Lucian Milo, you can have that. What the fuck? This is just such draft gap right here. So their only consistent damage for early game is just Varus? That it?
Yep.
So yeah, man, when we watched this live, what did you think?
I'll say this if I had plus that pause break. I was like, oh
yeah, League of Pauses now. Oh my god.
Genji got this.
Remember when we were watching the game? One of the casters said, I think Chovy played the situation out great, even though it's not true. He got a 0 ult to the turret to safety. It's like, that's not playing it out great. He literally just got pushed to safety because Showmaker shoved him that way. And then Kingan ults in and gets nothing for it and then just dies for no reason. And that's at that point, your team's brain is turned off. It's over. Like, then they're like, you know what? We'll just put the Rift Herald down and then just fight them under turret because we know we're this much stronger than them. Just hot, fresh L's. So yeah, Genji ended up being 4-0. I guess you have to wait till the Telecom War rematch. Sorry, I guess you have to wait until they face T1 again to hopefully have T1 beat them. There's a good chance that Genji and T1 could end up like 17-1 and 16-2 this split.
Yeah.
I don't think any team's beating T1 outside of Genji, and also vice versa when it comes to that too. I just, unless there's some massive upset here, looking at how T1's crushed like every team not Genji, they're going probably like 17-1 or at least 16-2 if you in theory think they're going to lose to Genji again. So yeah, what have you thought about the game so far?
Of course, the top 2 teams are Genji and T1. I don't even know who the third best team is. Part of me says High Life. Oh god, no!
Oh god, did you? We were watching. Oh god, since I just like punishment and I love torture and I love when girls put their fingers in my ass and dig me out. I love it.
Hey yo, what?
I just love when Lennon puts her nice long taco fingers in my ass, dig my shit out.
What the fuck?
Oh God. So you know what we did last night, people? Instead of playing League, we were like, you know what? Let's watch DRX versus Bro, two teams that were 0-3. And when I'm saying I probably watched the worst League of Legends, I watched the worst League of Legends I've seen in a good long minute.
Because I was watching it, I was like, oh my God.
We were looking at this and we're just like, done. I don't care who wins this. I just want to go home.
I was about to go to sleep. I was like, "Oh my God, this is bad."
You know how you have those YouTube videos where they're titled like "Worse than you imagine, better than you remember." Yeah. No. This was literally worse than you could imagine. This was terrible. This was garbage. Oh my God, I don't even know where to start with the series. Was this peak League of Legends? Okay, so. Where do you start with this? Remember that we were watching Bro get Baron? And then instead of pushing down turrets, they just run in their base and die? What the fuck is this? I was there just like going, this is... Who sat in that audience looking for that? I need to show you guys this. I'm trying not to laugh because I know people are going to hear this later on. I know you guys are trying to hear like cohesive dialogue, but oh my God, this is comedy. I was like, my eyes were glued to the screen going, this is not real League. This is the best League in the world. Remember, we had banger match. So in addition to having banger matchups from T1 versus KT, Gen G versus DK, Fnatic versus G2, and Team Liquid versus FlyQuest, guess what we had? DRX versus Bro and Karmine Corp versus Rogue. So here's what happened. Guys, so Bro ended up Karmine Corpse. Yeah.
Did you see this?
So here's what happened, guys. Bro, oh yeah, we'll talk about that after this one. So Bro ended up getting Baron. Okay, I want you guys to look at this. So Bro's getting Baron, and Karis is like, I'll just fight the Aatrox and the Lee Sin by myself. What the fuck? This is what League of Legends looks like, and it comes from Bro. I love it. Shit is wild. So then Bro's like, okay, we have Baron, King Jong Mi Hong Yang. Oh yeah, we get Baron, we win. And you know what they do? Instead of pushing down structures, they just go fight them in their base. You know? Okay, so they get one structure. They have Baron push, right? So do they A, get more structures with their push, or do they B, go into DRX's red, right? No, be the blue side. Do they go to DRX's red side? I'm going to go with B. So they have Baron. They could just push down structures and probably win because DRX were such big pussies. They weren't fighting them ever, even though they have a clear-cut team fighting comp. Remember, they have a team fighting comp here. DRX could easily beat them. And Bro's like, we have Baron. Structures, win, go home and get my ass licked by Kimi Hong Huiying, or we just go in their red sector and die. So Bro have Baron, and then all greed into fighting them in their own jungle with a Kalista and a choke point and a Renata glass in the choke point. What am I looking at here? This is trash. What is this?
They woke up and chose death.
Why would anybody fight Renata in this choke point? Why would you fight Kalista in this? What is this? And then game 2 might have been the worst game I think I've seen ever. They said this was one of the lowest kill LCK games ever. We're talking like even worse than back in the day when it was fine to play the game slow. This was a game where literally they were all dancing around. Highlights are not going to show how boring this game was. This game was boring. This shit put me to sleep. I swear to God.
The fact that the highlight is 4 minutes long, 4.5 minutes long.
The highlights do not justify how long and boring this game was. You know, I said, guys, that Karmine Corp versus Vitality was the worst game. Second that. Nope. This is the worst game. This is the worst game of the year. This game is terrible. This was bad. This is levels of Like DRX could easily beat them, but they're playing so scared. They're scared to fight a Poppy with a Zir and Gnar. What is wrong with these people? Then they get Baron, and they're like, oh yeah, we can push down some structures. How about we now fight the Poppy and barely kill her? This is just... I can't believe we watched this live. And then Bro is so bad at looking at their base, they just let Rascal and C-Tab, Soul Tab, Placenta, Booty Hole just end the game. Don't you just love League, man?
Yes, I was watching this with you. I was like, you know what? I'm about to go to sleep. This is nope.
This is what we chose to do on Saturday. Instead of hitting on women, instead of going out to bars and getting LaQuishas and Tanishas and Taco Mitas, we chose to watch DRX versus Bro.
I'll pass on LaQuishas.
So yeah, that was DRX versus Bro. I am never watching a series with them ever again. I did it for you guys. And I don't know why I did. Oh, God. Why did a team get Baron and instead of pushing down structures, decided to go fight that team in their red? Why? Just, can you tell me why they did that? Is there an answer to this?
Honestly, I have no idea. Dude, that is...
And then we were watching game 2, and it's not even back and forth. For you think like 45-minute game, it's like some back and forth like slobber knocker, right? No. It's just because DRX was so much of a big fat pussy, they couldn't commit to actually killing someone. That's the reason why it went that long.
They're timid as shit. Timid. They didn't want to do anything.
Did we watch game 3? No. We went to bed after game 2. I was like, oh no, man, I couldn't sit through this shit. Oh no, we did. We watched game 3. Yeah, DRX actually grew a pair of balls and they started fighting and they won. I mean, it took Teddy playing Jinx. Yeah, Jinx will sure get you to do that. If you play slow on Jinx, you're just fucking trash. Let's just say that. What other games do you want to talk about? So that's it for the LEC. We'll get to talking about RNG, BLG, and the rest of the LCS games on Thursday. So we'll cover some of the LEC games. So which one did you watch?
Karmine Corp finally got a win.
Yeah, Karmine Corp beat SK.
I guess one of the better teams. SK just didn't care to play today.
SK, they're like, hey, we're locked in.
Team Hybridix is trash. They lost their vitality. It was one of the most lost.
I would say that's probably the worst game of the year so far. But Bro versus DRX game 2. Thank God that existed, because that would have been the worst game. Okay, you guys know how you guys saw like Caps play Akali today, and you've seen like Chovy play Akali and Faker play Akali? Well, imagine that in your head, and then imagine Perks playing Akali. Let's just say they're not on the same level. Let's just say that. Oh Lord. So you watched Karmine Corp versus SK, right?
Yeah.
I mean, SK's already locked. If I'm being honest here, SK's comp is just so bad. It's just, they disrespected the shit out of them in draft. If I'm being honest here, like, the draft is just awful. Like, why are you I mean, good Lord. If this is how broken Rumble is right now, you can give people like Cableshard Rumble and they can win on it. That's how broken Rumble is.
Yep.
You like legit can only give these guys like certain picks for them to actually do anything in the game that makes sense or like means anything, you know? Do you think Karmine Corp played better because the pressure was off? Or do you think SK just didn't give a fuck and just...
I think it was a little bit of both. I think Karmine Corp wanted to win, and I think SK did care. I think it was a little bit of both. Because you could tell SK...
What does SK really have to prove, honestly? Like,
I think SK kind of wanted to win, because sometimes it's good to keep it... Like, you don't want to be the team that loses. Like everybody put their A game out to beat the Detroit Pistons, because they didn't want to be a team that lost to the Detroit Pistons. It was kind of like with Karmine Corp. I think SK cared, but... Yeah. And like part of SK, I think SK didn't really care. It was like, okay, if we win, we win. We lose, whatever. We're in playoffs. Because Karmine Corp is out, and more likely Rogue's going to be out because of what happened today.
They are. They'll be out. Rogue is shit.
Rogue's done because of Giant X is in because they beat Mad Lions today. Spoilers. Pretty much is the playoffs are set for the LEC. We just got to figure out the placing. More likely BDS is first, SK second. It says.
Yeah. People could say they played better with the pressure was off, but that's still bad. This game means nothing. So I'll tell people why. Them playing like this with the pressure off can mean one or two things. Either they are really good and the pressure just got to them, but when you factor in the pressure getting to them, no, you still throw the whole team away. You make changes. If you can't play under pressure, you're not really cut out to be at this level. This just is what it is. You know?
The main thing they need to do is get rid of Targamas. He has to be the first one to go.
And second, that guy stinks.
I would keep him during the spring. Figure out
if he does not play better in spring, get rid of that guy. He's garbage.
I would get rid of more than one.
Did you see the game yesterday? His Akali game? I had a stroke when he did. How he tried wrapping around the fucking dragon pit and he failed his hop? I was like, throw this whole get out. Get out. Just get out. The fuck out. Just get out. Get out. They lost to Rogue. Oh my god. Like how do you lose to Rogue with a comp of Misfortune, Brand Jungle, and Akali? If you can't play that out, you're trash. If you can't play Misfortune, Maokai, Brand, just go home. Just go home, put a thumb up your ass, and leave.
Oh, shit.
The G2 Fnatic game, as always, El Asico was a banger.
Yep.
We'll probably go over that one a bit more.
That was a bloody game. That was a bloody mess. But
that game shows you that Cap still has it. It's just like some games his brain is not on. Remember, Cap's overall, I think he's had a pretty underwhelming so far winter. Yeah. His LeBlanc game yesterday against Giant X was really good. Like, if you're thinking like this guy's had a pretty down winter split so far for these first 2 weeks, I wouldn't disagree with you. But these last two games, he showed he can still be one of the best mid laners. It just depends, like, does he give a fuck? I just don't think he probably takes the regular season seriously as much anymore. Honestly.
That's the thing. That's why I say when you go to the playoffs enough times and some teams are just so ass that as long as you
just ramp up in the playoffs and win, honestly.
Yeah.
Because, like, he absolutely carried them yesterday. Because outside of just Caps having that, because there could be weeks where Caps is just really bad. There's weeks where he's really good. Yeah. This past week, been really, really good. I will say Mickey X and Han Selma have been rather hit or miss still so far, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say, like, Yike has been terrible, but he's not been great, you know? Broken Blade's not been terrible, but he hasn't been great. They've been just okay. But I do kind of want to see them in playoffs. I need to see how they ramp up in playoffs. If they get to the finals and they ramp up like super hard, like they did last year, then all this won't really matter as much. It'll just be like, we'll look back on it and go like, okay, they were just ramping up, you know? But if they get to the playoffs now, moving forward in the best of 3 stage and top 4 and they lose, or they get to the finals and lose in 5 games, you know, because it's looking like right now they're not like super unbeatable. This ain't an unbeatable G2, you know? But that's the thing is, are there going to be teams consistently able to beat them? You know, because it's one thing to beat them randomly in a best of 1 in these 3 weeks, you know? Yeah. But it's one thing to beat them in a best of 3 and you have to do that 2 times in a row and maybe you have to do it 3 times in an actual series, you know? There was shit Humanoid was doing in that G2 game that was so criminal. Oh my God. Oh, he should never play Corky ever again.
And that's why when what was it? Came back towards the end, it was like, oh, okay.
Even the Mad Lions game, the Mad Lions Fnatic game, that was
I knew this was going to happen. I've always said sometimes when teams back against the wall, the worst team will always play the best. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about Shopify Rebellion against C9.
Oh God.
I'm watching it now. I was like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew
That happens. Yeah, Rogue or G2's the best team, and they lose to Rogue. Cloud9 best team lose to Shopify. Fuck it.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes what is it? A team either counters you, or sometimes a team has
that draft was super disrespectful though.
Yeah,
like the Vayne mid. If you want to draft Vayne mid, you can't play the people that they did. You can't take Vayne mid.
Vayne versus Sion. It's like okay, they're trolling at this point.
Like Vayne mid can work. The problem here is it can't work in every comp, and it definitely can't work in that specific way. You have to pick Vayne mid when there's obviously like 2 tanks, right? Or people who are like extremely healthy on the map. So let me go over the game really quickly. I will say this for 100 Thieves before we get to Cloud9. They're not a team that just will sit there and just lose. I did like that they kept fighting back. They made that energy game a lot more closer than it needed to be. And they were really fighting hard.
And someone in the comments said if 100 Thieves had better
if they had a stronger ADC, they'd win. That guy, the ADC they have is not good.
I always think it's ADC. I think it's the overall team back row. If they had better back row plays, they would have beat NRG. Like, NRG was just sloppy. Like, 100 Thieves was doing some great things. I would have been, I'm not the biggest fan of Meech. Like,
I think if they had a stronger ADC and a stronger sense of macro, they would look a lot better. Honestly, like them losing to Cloud9 is fine. Like obviously, people think Cloud9 is the best team, but they beat Team Liquid. They looked competitive against NRG. Go back to Ren. The only thing that was really screwing them is they kept having these plays where they were like, "Oh my god, wait, we could come back." No. When you have those plays, you have to make sense of them. You can't just be throwing yourself randomly in team fights. The reason why they lost to NRG is because the bot lane deficit. Because Sniper was doing fine, River's been doing great, Quid's been pretty all right. The bot lane deficit was what killed them. The bot lane deficit was huge. First of all, Varus, Rakan, really? No.
Okay. My question is, who's the best team in LCS now? There's 3 teams that's 3-1 after Energy beat FlyQuest.
Oh, Shopify, Rebellion, Immortals, and Dig. Top 3. Easy.
Oh, geez. Okay.
All right. Now I'll give you an actual answer. I have to see the rest of the games, but I think FlyQuest is probably definitively second, honestly.
Over Cloud9, some tell me Energy might be best. It's a 3-team lead at the top, and then everybody else is like.
I do think Huhi makes Energy better, honestly.
Okay.
Let me go over this game really quickly. So, let's see, 100 Thieves versus NRG really quickly, because there's games I haven't had a chance to see, but I'm just going to go over the games that I saw.
To me, it just came down to the back row. I felt like if they had better back row, they would have won. More outright.
You have to give it to River, people. River's been trying. River's been trying really hard.
He's their best player without a doubt. Like,
I will say, Quid today on Azir looked great. There's something that has just gotten into this guy to play a whole lot better. I think the only champion they shouldn't give him is like there was one he was just like ass. But if you can't give him Yone, and he played Azir pretty well. I'll say overall he's stepped up pretty big. Since last split, and the only reason why this game couldn't come back is because it just fell too far behind. The bot lane is so far behind. Look, there was a certain point where like FBI is like 30 CS over him. Like Meech was putting out great damage. Remember that play he one-shotted Huhi? He charged he ulted, charged the Varus Q, and he threw up the arrows and he killed him. Well, FBI's like, okay, I can do that too, and I have Jin Fort shot. Sniper's actually played well these past couple of days. He actually did great, honestly. So, like, what I'll say to 100 Thieves is, if they're going to have this, like, scrappy play style, they need to actually get something out of your play style. If you're getting
a better back row game. They need better back row. Like,
you need to get turret plates off of it. You need to get more vision up into their quadrants. You need to set up for Dragon. It doesn't matter if you get all these random kills. You need to make them matter, Like, the way Sniper was destroying him in the top lane, even when he called River up there to help him gank, this turret needs to be going down. Like, River needs to stay there and help him get the turret plates down. He needs to help him reset the wave. He needs to help him push out, because you need to push. It feels like when River's doing stuff for them, he needs to help them push their advantage more. That's what's really not helping them. He's doing fine setting them up, but if you're going to play through someone, you need to know who you're going to play through. This game, they should have played through Sniper. Sniper should have not been in side lanes as much as he was, and he should have helped more in team fights out. He was TPing way too late, But I think these are fixable mistakes. It's not like they're just rolling over and dying. It's not like they're not being aggressive. But The Dignitas game. I'll say this though, just like with Quid with the 100 Thieves, Dove is actually playing well himself. Dove is actually really good. Dove is actually really talented. Oh my god, those Akali plays he was doing. Holy fucking shit. I was like, why can't we have an Akali that plays like that in our ARAM games? Oh no, because we have people that can barely dodge abilities actually. All right, the Cloud9 game against what was his name? Shopify? Valiant?
Yeah.
Once they lost the dive, it's over. When a team like that dives like that and they give away a full advantage, like they give away 3 kills to the Vars, game over. It's over. You just lose. Remember, Vayne has no wave clear, people. She can't challenge you in the lane. So if they just, like, not even just Dover, just push, can't do anything. Also, if you want to play that comp, you probably need to take Gragas top. You probably need to take at least that, or you need to take at least more of an AP jungle. Like I think you would probably need to take Brand jungle too, honestly. Let me see what they banned out that game, honestly. But I'll ask you, since you like 100 Thieves, what have you seen for them so far that you liked and disliked?
Well, I like they're an aggressive team that will not give up, even if they can't find a way to will to win. They're going to at least make it competitive for the other team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not one of those, all right, we're behind, let's just go. Well, like last year, it was like this team wants to win by any means necessary.
Like they'll scrap it out, and that's what even though they might end up being like middle of the pack, they're at least a middle of the pack team that's not going to roll over and die. They'll try to look for angles. They'll try to look for something. To me,
if they figure out the small things like macro,
actually knowing what to do to push your advantage if you're giving someone a lead, just doing that. You still have fixable mistakes, you know?
Yep.
This game, this is all right. I'll show you how they lost. Okay.
Oh no, I'm watching it right now. That's me. I know how they lost. They just didn't give a fuck. Like,
so this is how they lost. They did a dive with Vayne, Kalista, Renata, and then they just gave over 3 kills. There you go. GG. It's over. GG. Done. Don't need to watch anything else. You just lost. That's it. You can give a comp like that. You cannot dive like that and lose your actual person. Especially the ADC. Game's instant over. Just free. Honestly. Just free like my wife's pussy. That's it. All right. We're going to end up going to our next show in a moment here. But is there anything else you want to say before we head out, Ashley?
Oh, these were some good games overall.
The LCK ones were amazing this week.
Yeah, the LCK games were amazing. The LEC were 50-50. It was like, okay. Like,
don't you like watching Karmine Corp?
Oh, God. The G2 get, like, Karmine Corp played well today. G2 Fnatic got the bloodbath. I love that. With Hasaba get the pentakill at the end of the game. I love that. Yep. If I'm Karmine Corp, get rid of target bus. That's if you need to do at least one thing, just do that during the spring. Just get rid of that spring or the end of winter. Just get rid of him. He's not worth anything. He's nope. Giant X looks good. For that, G2 are going to be 3 or 4. BDS looks like the best team.
Oh,
BDS looks like they might have found they get rid of Crowdy might have been the right move. That's like scary to say.
That's crazy to think about, actually.
Yep. Other than that, not much else. Oh, for the LCS, Energy does energy stuff.
Oh, I wanted to bring this up. I actually enjoyed that Mad Lions play random stuff like that. I like that they pulled out Vars top. Today they pulled out Fiddlesticks, and people on Reddit were like, the Fiddlesticks ruined the game. The Fiddlesticks is what the fuck? The Fiddlesticks is what kept him in the game. What are you talking about? Has nothing to do with the fact that they picked off meta stuff. The off meta stuff was winning. The other laners fell apart, honestly.
Yep.
Like, what the heck? The Vars top was disgusting. Because people just be, oh my God, people just be looking at score lines and shit. Like, do you actually watch the actual game where it had an impact? Like, what the heck?
But the issue is the scoreline did kind of tell the most story. It was like Mad Lions just Yeah, they didn't look good. They might have played well, but it when it mattered, they folded up like
I just
laundry.
don't know how they can have a lead somewhat like they do in that Fnatic game and throw that many times. I don't know. Like, I mean, most of these teams are in now, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're just waiting on seeding. So today it was confirmed that Rogan
Karmine done.
Oh, thank God. I didn't need to see any more from them. Did we really need to see more from Rogue?
Nope.
Like, for some reason, they actually played aggressively against fucking hell G2 randomly and Karmine Corp, but they griefed and just did nothing in every other game. Like, what the hell? What the fuck is going on, dude? Oh, tonight it's going to be Homo Life versus Genji. But guess what the first game is? Bro versus Kwangdong.
Oh, God.
No more. I can't. No more. I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. It's fine. It's okay. If I have to sit through Bro versus DRX level again, I might just have a stroke at this point. All right. So the winter season. Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. 2024. Wait, we're in 2024? All right.
Yeah.
2024 winter. Right now, oh my God, ads. We have BDS with their winning streak. They've locked top 2. They could lose tomorrow, play a tiebreaker. But they're still guaranteed top 2. That's it.
Yep.
So yeah, BDS, Team BDS, a team that people thought was gonna be like, I don't know, but like
4th, 5th.
Yeah, around like kind of cracking top 3 is, for lack of a better word, best team in the league. Actually, G2 is still where people thought they're gonna be at 6-2. Yep. G2 are not first, but they're second. So there are a lot of people thought they were just gonna run the league. That's crazy.
Yeah,
SK is third.
Yeah, after the loss today.
Third.
After the loss today,
Moly. Wait, no, these shouldn't be the up. SK should be 5-3 because they lost 2.
Yeah, SK. Yeah, because Genji and SK play tomorrow, right? G2 and SK play tomorrow, right?
Yeah, SK is 5-3. Fnatic has actually lost their last 2 games. Fnatic actually got convinced. Like, that Mad Lions game was just that was disgusting from them.
SK plays G2 tomorrow,
SK plays G2. Woo.
Yeah, whoever was that gets
second.
They're locked in a second.
Yeah. So I mean,
if G2 wins, they're locked in a second. I see.
So this is just a battle for second on the last game.
More or less.
First to last game, yeah. So I'm glad Karmine Corp is out. Fuck that team. And it's just
who won between BDS and G2? That was G2, right? Or BDS?
No, G2 actually beat BDS. Remember? That was the first game of the split. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
They've literally just went on a tirade after that. They're like, okay,
I keep forgetting G2, but it was like 3 weeks ago. I was like,
yeah. Oh, so that means they lost to, in theory, the best team. In theory, right? And then they just ran everybody else.
And then the other team they lost to was. What was the other team?
No, they don't. They're on a 7-game win streak for BDS. They've only lost to G2 in week 1, first day. That's it.
No, is it BDS?
No, BDS is 7-1. They've only ever lost to G2 in that first week. That's
it. Okay. I was like, okay. Yeah, that's the year. I hope the Monday curse ends tomorrow and G2 wins.
All right. So since we have the last week of this winter split for 2024 coming up in a little bit, GX versus Rogue, wash. BDS versus Karmine Corp. Karmine Corp are going.
Let's hope so, because after the win today,
1-9. No, they're going
1-8.
Oh Lord, BDS just beat them. Make them go 1-8. Get this trash ass team out my face. Fnatic versus Team Heretics. Fnatic have actually lost both their games this past week so far. If Team Heretics beat them, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
Because Heretics and Fnatic are tied at 4-4 right now. They're both actually on a 2-game loss losing streak so far. Vitality faces Mad Lions. The last game is Vitality versus Mad Lions. Truly one of the matches of all time is coming up right there.
Yeah.
So Rogue and Giant X aren't locked yet. It all depends on the scoreline of this. Oh, that's the match. Yeah, Giant X versus Rogue. If Giant X or Rogue win that, that'll basically determine if they have to play a tiebreaker to get in, don't they?
Yeah. No, Rogue has to win.
Rogue has to win, yeah, because Giant X already has 3 wins.
Yeah. If Giant X wins, Rogue's out, right? Yeah, Rogue.
And if Rogue wins, we're playing a tiebreaker game later on, aren't we?
Yep. Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
I watched them play again.
Oh, God. I'm curious to see, like, how people... Like, what is the read on Fnatic, though? It's so odd to talk about them, you know? Because have they really been a top team this split, though? You know? Outside of, like, a few good plays here and there from, like, some of the players, honestly. Like, I don't know if I've actually seen them as a top team right now. You know? It looks like the June pickup, to me, didn't really honestly do anything, you know? It looks like it's just the same team, but just without Trimby, honestly.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, if this is supposed to be, you know, what this team is supposed to look like without Trimby, I don't know why you pick up Jun, honestly. Like, I don't get the reason for picking him up. Maybe in the best of threes, maybe in the playoff scenario, it's going to be a whole lot different. But as of right now, from where I'm standing at, I just don't see it, honestly. I don't think he's been impressive at all. I think his engagements have been pretty lackluster. But, you know, that's where I'm at right now, people. All right. Let's see. What else is going on here? What the heck? Let's be honest. I mean, if Lennon was a lesbian, that would not be good.
But then it would make sense.
All right, before we go, Mass Chaz, a few more things. You got any YouTube videos planned coming up, actually?
I got some, but like none that's like I'm rushing to get out. But I duffed the video I was talking about the different. That's the one I'm gonna put up first, the TCG one, because that's the one I actually do want to discuss about why Bandai has so many TCGs out right now. It's like, is it really worth to have all those TCGs out? Like, that's my main thing I'm gonna put out. Also, I'm trying to figure out which reaction video I actually wanted to put out. I'm gonna put up all of them within like 48 hours of each other, but in a sense, I just want to put them out there. Other than that, not too much. I'm gonna eventually, once I get everything set up, I'm gonna try to start streaming Pokemon soon. That's gonna be on the lookout for that. But like, there's no promise of a date coming out. I just know I'll be streaming Pokemon soon. Like,
well, at least you have a stronger computer for it, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think we had a good show today. Randomly, sorry guys, if you watch this on the replay, Chaz randomly dipped out, but he comes back anyway. So
yeah.
My brain, I was talking to you and I just lost my brain. I was like, "Did you just leave just like my dad? The fuck?"
Nah, it was talking and it just stopped. I was like, "Oh damn, Firefox!" Mm-hmm. It's like once I actually get a better actual setup. I got a good setup, but it could be much better. But it's not the time to get the setup right now. Eventually, but yeah. And Team Liquid beats IMT. Okay.
Team Liquid beats IMT as they should.
Yep. And once again, we got in the Super Bowl, Kansas City versus San Francisco 49ers. Let's go. The teams I said were going to get to the Super Bowl were these two. I've been saying that they were the best teams in the league. Like, I got nothing against Baltimore, but I just never believed in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Something about the team. Just I'm like, this team's not good enough in my opinion. The offense just stutters out when you need them the most. Just yeah. But they had a good season overall.
Good Lord. Well, yeah. I was already out when my team lost last week or week before that.
Yeah, the week before.
Yeah, fucking hell. Good Lord. It's okay. It's fine. Next season, it's okay.
It is the Super Bowl. Like, that Super Bowl kind of just, I don't know. They started off high and then something happened. something happened mentally because this team was never the same. Something like because they lost to the Jets, but the Jets are that team that defensively are good, but the offense is so garbage. And I don't know, it was after they went 10-1, after that one game, and then Philly was never the same. I forgot what game it was.
I don't know what happened, man. It was just that loss to the 49ers. They started out great record, only
10-1.
1-5.
Almost 11-0. That Jets game caught them off guard. I know that
goes to show you when you're on a win streak and you just lose one game, how much you just question everything. You just break down. Well, we will end up seeing you guys later. So, an update on the Ironman podcast. Currently, I am updating the Ironman podcast right now. I am on episode 106 right now. So, you guys will see the newest episodes of the Cloud9 podcast on the podcasting platforms when I'm done uploading all the episodes of this show. So, when this show is fully uploaded to their podcasting platforms, then you're going to be getting the new episodes of this show. And then after that, simultaneously, it would be whenever I'm done with that show, download the episode, put it up there. Same thing with this show. Newest episode's done, download it, put it up for you guys. And I'm also going to be coming out with a podcast schedule video. That way you guys can know when we go live on this channel for this show, and then when we go live for the Ironman podcast on, my other show, for my other endeavors I do on the internet. So yeah, hopefully you guys had a great day. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. We'll see you guys later.